Hello, and welcome to KDAB News, the monthly update for professionals working with Qt, C++, and 3D technologies. I'm Robert Brock, and in this edition we have Call for Speakers, Qt Desktop Days, Qt World Summit, KDE Academy, KDE Academy 2023 interview with Adam Schopper, Embedded World 2023 recap, Tip of the Month, and announcements. We start this edition with a call for speakers. Several, actually. First, there will be the Qt Desktop Days, a series of online talks organized by KDAB on the 20th and 21st of June 2023. The format is focusing, no surprises here, on desktop software development with Qt. The call for speakers is open, so if you have an interesting topic you would like to present, we look forward to hearing from you until the 20th of April. Later in the year, the Qt World Summit will be back in Berlin for the first time since COVID hit, where we are looking forward to meeting the Qt community in November again. Also for Qt World Summit, the call for presentation is open until the 19th of April. And last, but of course not least, this year's KDE Academy, which will happen in Thessaloniki, Greece in July, is still open for speakers. Adam Schopper from KDE is joining me today to tell us a bit more about the conference. Hello, Adam. Thanks for joining me.
Hello, nice to see you again.
So, could you tell us more about the upcoming KDE Academy?
Sure. Academy is a annual conference that is made for the KDE community by the KDE community. We focus on open source stuff, of course, everything that is related to KDE. And also everything that's interesting to open source enthusiasts. You can join online or you can be in person. This year we're being hosted in Greece, in Thessaloniki. And during that conference, there's 2 days on the weekend of talks and keynotes. And then the rest of the week is for workshops, training sessions, discussion panels, etc.
Sounds great. What made you choose Thessaloniki?
So we try each year to be in a new place, and for this year, like every year, the Academy organization group is looking for places that want to host us, and the local team from Thessaloniki has reached out to the team with a proposal that they would like to be the hosts for this year. And they actually also came in person to the previous academy in Barcelona to see how the event looks up close, and also to discuss with the team and get to know each other. So they sent a proposal, and it was picked, and basically they ticked all the boxes to be the good host, and hopefully we'll have a great event.
Well, that certainly sounds like all the ingredients for a great event. Is there a cheap accommodation in the area for attendees?
So the local team has worked with the hotels and hostels that are in the vicinity to get some better rates. So on the KDE's Academy website, in the accommodation section, there are codes that you can use when reserving rooms in the appropriate dates. And there'll be some discounts there available. So if anyone is planning to join us in person, be sure to check those out for good deals.
Well, that's very thoughtful. What a great idea. You've just extended the CFP. What kind of content are you looking for?
So everything that's related to KDE's goals will be the highest priority. And just a reminder, the KDE goals are KDE for All, which is targeting accessibility, sustainable software, which of course is about sustainability and automation and systematization of internal processes. If any of the topics sound good, then those would be most useful to have. But of course, anything that is related to open source, other KDE uses, or anything that the attendees would find interesting are very welcome. And like you said, the call for papers or call for participation is open, and we are awaiting proposals as we speak, and we'll be very, very happy to get many of those.
We'll have the link below for that. Thank you very much again for your time, Adam.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Almost back to normal probably summarizes this year's Embedded World. Not as crowded as in the pre-COVID years, however, approximately 27,000 visitors wanted to explore the latest trends in embedded hardware and software. At the KDAB booth, we saw particularly large interest in building software platforms for entire product lines, enabling hardware for certain software stacks, and evaluating software for embedded use cases. Like in previous years, we presented a selection of customer showcases, developer tools, and R&D projects. If you weren't able to visit Embedded World, here's a short overview of our demos. A good example of how to build a software platform for a product line are Speidel's Braumeister devices, that all have a UI built with Qt, but customized to the different hardware configurations. Another example are the medical devices from Miltenyi. Here's the Automax, a magnetic cell separator with a complex UI, also developed with Qt using C++ and Python PEL backend. We also saw a lot of attention for a Flutter application running on the new Texas Instruments AM6254. KDAB has helped Texas Instruments to enable Flutter on their board and improve graphics performance, which now goes up to 60 FPS. You'll find more info about this and other demos linked below. Further, we recommend our 4-part white paper series covering the best practices when designing an embedded Linux device that was quite popular among our visitors. Overall, Embedded World seems to be worth going again, so if you are interested in embedded technology, we hope to see you there in 2024. Not all Qt developers are using Qt Creator as their main IDE for development. Some are using other IDEs like Visual Studio, Visual Studio Code, or C-Line, sometimes per choice, or because a project requires it. On Windows, with the MSVC compiler, the debugging experience with Qt can be quite frustrating for some Qt types, like QMap, QHash, or QVariant. The NapVis framework allows developers to write custom schemas to help visualize native objects. This is already used by the Qt VS tools for Visual Studio, with Qt 5 and Qt 6 specific files. However, the Qt 6 NatVis file had some issues. Nicolas Arnaud Cormont provides an overview of the improvements made in the Qt 6 NatVis file, and you can read more about it in the blog linked below. Coming up in April, the ACCU conference will happen in Bristol, UK from the 19th to the 22nd. The program is centered around software development with C++, but offers a variety of talks about other languages like Rust, Python, and Go, just to name a few. Furthermore, it isn't just about the programming languages, it's also about the tools and techniques of programming. Go check it out. For our Italian-speaking viewers, on the 10th of June, you can join the Italian C++ conference in Rome. The call for speakers closes on the 2nd of April, and the agenda will be announced soon after that. Check out more information on the website, linked below. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and of course feel free to share any feedback or questions below the video. I'll see you next time.